Alright, so today I'm back with yet another chapter review, and today we will go over chapter 302, which I don't want to give away too much about. However, it's focused pretty much only on Nagi, and it's a pretty sad one, but you will just have to sit back and watch to find out what happens. Anyway, please leave a like and a comment as well as join the Discord server. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into it. So to begin chapter 302 with the text saying, "Morning comes even to a single student dormitory, for the first time in a while waking up outside Blue Lock. We then see Nagi's apartment, and we hear that his alarm is starting to ring. We then see Nagi, who isn't ready to get up just yet, so he stops the alarm while looking half asleep. He then channels his inner energy and gets up while looking dead in the face. Anyway, the first thing he does is say good morning to his cactus, Choki. He then touches Choki, which obviously hurts his finger because of its cactus spikes. However, this helps him wake up. Nagi then looks over to his right, where he sees his school uniform. We then teleport right to the Hakuho High School, where we see everyone in Nagi's class being blown away by him. One guy rushes forward and tells him that he was amazing and that he watched everything. Nagi, however, just asks him if he can sit here. After that, another one compliments his insane goal, which would be the first thing I would do as well, because that 5-stage volley is something I don't think I'll ever forget. Two more guys ask him if he's going to go pro, saying that he still has his offer on the table. While they are speaking to Nagi, another girl speaks up and asks Nagi about Ryo, and probably how he is doing. Nagi just looks at all of them and tells them all to just forget it as it's over now. They all become pretty surprised hearing this, and one of the guys says again that Nagi's pro offer still stands. Nagi then starts to look sad as he once again tells them to forget it, and that he's done with soccer for good. We then see the lecture starting and the teacher telling them all to think carefully about their future. Meanwhile, we see Nagi, who's sleeping behind one of his textbooks, but then he suddenly wakes up and thinks that he's hungry, so he takes out some sort of melon bread from his desk and begins to eat. But just then, the teacher appears right in front of him and takes it away, telling Nagi that it's not lunch yet, but Nagi just says that it's his breakfast. We then get to one of his breaks, where he once again goes to the rooftop and begins to play his mobile games. He dies in the game, and then puts his head against some sort of thing, and is able to feel the nice breeze going past him, thinking that there's nothing he has to do, and that there's no hassle. He then goes down the stairs, when he suddenly encounters the stairs where he first met Ryo and saved his phone, but he says that as there's no hassle, it's fine after all, and that it's not his life anyway. It then gets dark, and Nagi begins to cycle home. However, when he's doing it, he remembers how Ryo used to give him a ride when they were still going to school together. As Nagi then cycles for a bit more, he notices a big crowd, which gets him interested, and as he looks over, he can see a big poster of the Blue Lock Japan U20 World Cup, where Rin, Isagi, and Shidu have been showcased. He then stares towards Isagi, who looks hyped up to the max, while Nagi just looks sad. After that, we get to a new day, where we can see Nagi being in class again, but once again not paying much attention, as he just tells himself that it's fine, and to forget all of it. Suddenly, all of his classmates have left, and Nagi is alone in the classroom. He then looks out of the window, where he sees a bunch of players playing football. As he looks at them, he starts feeling some sort of weird feeling, and he tells himself that he should just forget all of it. But he then starts to wonder why he is so sad. We then get this wonderful panel of him scratching his head while tears begin to form in his eyes. He then puts his head back into the desk and wonders why he didn't just try harder. He thinks back to the fire he was able to feel and the excitement and all of the crazy moments he got to experience, but he thinks that they now won't ever come back. Hey, it's Natsu mid-editing here, and I just wanted to pause the video to ask you to subscribe if you haven't already, and while you're already down there, why not leave a like as well? He thinks of Isagi, Ryo, Rin, and Baru, and says that it was all new to him, so he didn't realize how much all of the moments truly mattered to him. His tears are beginning to almost fall off his face as he says that it's okay, and that it's already too late as he can't go back. But that doesn't change the fact that Blue Lock really was fun for Nagi. He then starts to think about a ton more of exciting moments from Blue Lock, and thinks that he'll never forget it, and that he doesn't only want to go back, but that he needs to go back. He thinks of Ryo, and says once again that he wants to go back, saying that he didn't know anything, and that he should have just chased after both Ryo and Isagi and then gotten fired up. Then, for the third time, he emphasizes that he wants to go back to Blue Lock, but he very well knows that he can't. We then see Nagi just letting everything go as his eyes begin to fall with tears that are rolling down his face, which just hits so deep, as Nagi has always been someone who never shows emotion, and to see this now hits so deep. We then get to the end text, which says, A genius overflowed by emotions for the first time. The thoughts conveyed by the flowing tears don't reach his past self. Now the next chapter will be called Blue Lock Japan. So I have a feeling that after this chapter, we will leave Nagi and only focus on the Blue Lock players for a while. Now if I'm totally honest, then I'm pretty sure that this will be the last time we see Nagi for a long while. I feel like the author has created the perfect way to set up Nagi for some sort of future arc. However, leaving him out of the manga for a while would help the best with that build-up. Now I know Nagi is a fan favorite, and some of you are probably going to be super sad to not be able to see Nagi for a while. However, story-wise, I do feel like it's for the best. Now I want to quickly speculate how Nagi's story will go. First, let's tackle if he will be appearing in the U20 World Cup or not. Personally, I don't feel like he will. Like, it would need a miracle for him to play in it. And I feel like there's a 0% chance of him playing for Blue Lock. It would happen if either Ray Dark pulled some strings and got him into another country, or if something crazy happened. Like if he were to have a double citizenship. However, both of those options are pretty slim right now, if you ask me. Personally, I feel like he will leave the story for a good while now. However, that won't mean the end for him, as I think that he will pick up the offer which I think is from Munchen City. He will train alongside Agi and Chris Prince there and become a much better player. Meanwhile, the Blue Lock players think that he is done for. However, when he's trained enough and actually gotten his fire back, then he will either appear in the real World Cup arc, or if they have some sort of club arc, which I think is the more possible option. Like after the U20 World Cup, if the Blue Lock players decides to join their offers and then train with them, and then some of them might face off Nagi if they are in the same league. However, there's also the possibility of Nagi just simply being gone, which I don't think is that bad story-wise. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't love Nagi as a character, and if he were to be gone for good, then I personally wouldn't mind it. Also, if he were to be gone, then it would add some realism to the story, as Nagi simply wasn't good enough, and that's going to happen to more players, as you have to remember that there can only be one #1 striker, and getting such a big character as Nagi out of the way in the start would be a nice touch to the story, as it will prepare for what's to come. Because, if you ask me, then soon, I do feel like the story will take a much more dark route, at least after the U20 World Cup, because there's too many players right now in Blue Lock. And as the battle of the #1 striker gets closer and more intense, more players will have to get eliminated. But yeah, this is just what I think will happen to Nagi basically. Now I yapped a bit too much about this, so I apologize for that. However, now I want to quickly highlight some panels which I thought were absolutely insane. Firstly, this panel with Rin, Isagi, and Shido gets me so pumped up, like it's really getting me even more excited for the U20 World Cup. Next up is this panel. I feel like this panel will get overshadowed by the more intense panels in this chapter, but just look at the art in this panel. Like the way the light from the windows gets right into the classroom looks so insane. The mangaka really went nuts. Also, how could I leave this panel out? Seeing Nagi show emotions for pretty much the first time ever is so touching, and it really makes his loss feel that much heavier. But also, if he makes a comeback, then this will mean so much more. And lastly, this panel is just phenomenal as well. Now, before ending the video, I want to speculate on what I think will happen in the next chapter. Now, as we know, the next chapter is called Blue Lock Japan. Now, if the authors don't pull some sort of crazy stunt on us, then I'm pretty sure that it will just be about the upcoming U20 World Cup, and Ego will probably gather all of the Blue Lock players together, and he will then explain everything that will go down. Anyway, that's just what I think. Please let me know down in the comments what you think will happen in the next chapter. Anyway, if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, leave a comment and a like, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you're curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video that will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.